going on, guys? So today we're going to work on getting the transmission put in. Picked up a few months ago a new TKO600, and going to be using the cross support for transmission, the transmission mount, and some of the hardware because it's still in good shape. So I'm still going to use it. We will have to modify this support here. I've already started on it. You can see here. Let's try this side. It doesn't look as bad. So I grinded down all the welds so it can slide back and forth. So from what my understanding is and all the research I've been doing, you have to move this support all the way back for the transmission to sit on. So I got it apart. We're not going to weld anything or tack anything until we get the transmission in the car and see how it fits. Then from there, once we get everything fitted, we'll tack weld it back up. I got a couple spots in here. I got a little carry away with the grinder, but we'll fix that up. We'll weld that back together and we'll be good to go. So I'm going to reuse this cross support on this car for now till I get a little cash. We'll swap that out later on down the road. Transmission, that's a stock style mount, still in good shape, just cleaned it up. And hardware, I'll reuse the hardware on. So I'm just gonna get the transmission out of the box, get everything lined out, so once I get underneath the car, I don't have to get back out. So I'm going to try and manhandle this transmission the best I can. I'm a one-man show. It is dry, there's no fluids in it, so don't have to worry about anything coming out of the transmission. So I already got the bell housing, I already got everything else in the car. Just got to slide the transmission. Pretty much just need to put a little grease here on the shaft, on the front of the transmission, and we should be about ready to go. I'm gonna bring me a jack to help me out, and hopefully it goes in easy. Alright guys, got the transmission out of the box. Just going over it, make sure everything looks good on it. Got the transmission mount on, all ready to roll. Everything looks pretty good on the transmission. I need to grease the shaft there. Get that done before I put it in. And if you wonder what the power rating of this transmission is, the stock T5 I had in this car, which was a world-class T5, it's rated for 300 pound-feet of torque. Surprisingly, it lived up as long as it did with the old motor in the car. But this new transmission is rated at 600 pound-feet of torque, so it's going to handle a lot more power, and it should handle the 351 just fine. So we should be having problems slapping gears with this transmission, which I really couldn't do with a T5 unless I wanted to break it. Didn't want to break it, so I mean I made $300 off it, something like that. Did a motor transmission combo deal, so got a pretty good deal on it. So got the transmission ready to roll. Got the bolts there. Got some bolts here for bolting up the transmission to the bell housing, which is pretty cool because I didn't get any bolts for the transmission. I completely forgot. I'm glad that the bell housing came with bolts. They're like great quality bolts, so going to use those. Just going to clean it up a little bit more. Just like some cardboard debris on it, just to make sure it's clean, especially here, all the splines. We'll throw some grease on it, just a little bit, and we'll get her put in the car. Alright guys, got all my hardware up underneath the car, ready to roll. A jack, a block, somewhere underneath there, and I got the transmission here already. I greased up the input shaft and the bearing retainer, all greased up, ready to roll. So now I'm ready to get the transmission underneath the car, and hopefully I can get it in. So we will see, guys. This transmission is in. Just about. Just got my cross member in here for the transmission, or cross support, whatever you want to call it. Make sure it fits, and it does. I just need to mark it and throw a couple welds on it. I could weld it like this inside the car, but I can weld. My welding skills upside down is not that great. It's not that great me welding face down, so everything looks good. The whole support needs to go back, which it is, and I'm just gonna mark it before I take it out and weld it up. And so surprisingly, this transmission went in really easy. I got it started. I got my bolts in and kind of just worked the transmission with the bolts, and it worked perfectly. Cool. Alright, so I'm gonna take this support out. I'm gonna mark it first, running a weld, and pull it out. Got the support out, got it marked where I'm gonna weld. I got my welder all set up here. So I got everything set. Pull all the bushings out because I don't want to ruin them because they're still good. So we're just gonna weld. I'm gonna turn these around because I kind of grind a little too far on this one. But now I'm ready to throw at least a tack on it on both sides. Then we will start. Well, we don't have to weld them all up. Just put a couple good beads on it. Then we'll be golden. We can throw it back in the car. Alright guys, I got it welded up. Well, I just tack welded. I tried to weld that hole in. It didn't work out too well. Made it a little bit bigger. So, it should be okay. Still quite a bit of metal there. And I do plan on swapping this out later on anyway, so we're just gonna throw it in the car for now and hope for the best. So we are ready to throw it back in. I'm gonna throw a coat of paint on it so it doesn't rust all the way through. Just let it cool down. I'm gonna throw a coat of paint on it and throw her in. Then we can work on the dry shaft I got over there. Got the spline for it, the crack one. Alright guys. Alright guys, so I got my yoke changed out here. The 31 spline. Here's the old one. Perfect shape. Probably the easiest I've ever done. I've done one on a Ranger, and it was a pain to do. So this one went on really easy. It took me maybe 10 minutes to do, and everything slid right into place. Nothing was rusted. Everything was good. So got the new one on. Now I just need to get the support in. Threw a couple coats of paint on it. Should be dry by now. Get that in, then we can throw the dry shaft in. Alright guys, the transmission is in, and so is the dry shaft. Only thing I really got left to do is put the clutch cable back in. We can call that done. Oh, except for I gotta put some transmission fluid in it. But everything else is done. It's coming along, guys, coming along. Alright guys, well I'm gonna call it a night, and this camera's almost dead. Well, it is dead, it's flashing a bright light. But just gonna call it a night, and I'll see y'all in the morning.